Untitled-2 podcast. My name is Connor.
My name is Ash.
So, last time we recorded a podcast, it's always the case, isn't it? But an update occurred on Windows, and it did that shitty thing it does. Yeah, have you seen that video online?
That guy
gets
absolutely
so angry.
fucking angry. He's all like, I'm doing important shit. I'm a rendering. Fuck you, Obama. Yeah, I remember that.
So he basically, I don't know if it wasn't like an unskippable pop-up, but it was one of those fucking bullshit moves where it doesn't ask you if it's okay to restart. It's just like, I'm going to restart in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But I wasn't there. So it's our fault really for not just like immediately saving it. But
yeah. So yeah, it updated, we lost that shit and it wouldn't recover afterwards. So
yeah, so there's like, it wasn't like, I'll be honest, it wasn't that interesting of a podcast anyway. But
was that the one where we were talking about memes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't anything special.
So I've carried over. Just let me delete this note about talking about memes. So I've carried over.
No, I mean, you can talk about the memes. It's just I didn't have an opinion. You kind of sprung it on me, and I was like,
Well, yeah, okay. So that's one of the notes I carried over. I thought it was an interesting conversation, but apparently that was one-sided.
You're right.
So it started off because I have a theory about why there's this whole mindset that by making the punchline of a meme louder,
yeah,
it makes it funny, but it doesn't.
Not in my experience. Well, it just pisses me off.
I've never watched a meme and then like I've gone, that was funny, but then I've seen it edited by somebody else and it got louder at the end, and I've been like, oh wow, that's exactly what it needed. It was so much funnier now.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
In fact, it's more likely to make me not laugh than it is make me laugh.
See, I do appreciate a meme every now and then. Usually when it's like really fresh.
Yeah,
but I just find that memes are a crutch for you having no personality or humor.
Yeah,
and making shit loud is like an extra crutch. It's a crutch for your crutch.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll see so many times that someone's just taken a scene out of a movie or something like that, done nothing to it except boost like 50 decibels at the end where it's supposed to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's not funny. What the fuck are you trying to do?
Yeah, my theory about it was that when, like, if you tell a joke to a person and you're not sure if they're going to find it funny or not,
yeah,
you'll like very loudly and sarcastically laugh afterwards, as though to cover your ass, as though to say, haha, I don't really find it funny. But then if they do start laughing, that like slowly turns into a real laugh, and then you laugh with them. I think it's that sort of thing. Like making it louder makes the punchline kind of sarcastic.
Yeah. Like in movies when someone's like, so do you want to go to the prom with me? And then someone's like, lol, no. And he's like, well, I was just kidding anyway.
Yeah.
But if they turn around and was like, yeah, of course I do, you'd be like, yes. My theory was that it's like fucking hell. I just thought of it then. Do you know, like, you scroll through Facebook and someone's like, wow, I can't believe that happened. And you press the video to unmute the audio and it's just a girl orgasming.
Yeah.
It's kind of like sort of a shock value sort of thing to it, but it's just, over the years, it's just lost all potential value.
Yeah. And
people just, I see, like, with memes, people just carry on for the sake of it. They're like, oh, remember this, guys? Is it still funny? Is it still funny? It's like, nah, man, move on.
Yeah.
And it's just people...
A prime example of that, which is still ongoing, is Ugandan Knuckles, which is far from funny. Even when it started, like, it got a giggle or two out of me because I was like, what the fuck is it? Like, just the what the fuck factor was enough to make me giggle at it. But then when people are like, haha, we found the new funniest thing, and every video ever was just people clicking and saying, why are you running? It's not funny.
It just proves that memes are a crutch for having no humor. Like, there's that fucking VR chat room thing that everyone goes on. You don't even need a VR headset.
It's free to play as well, so you can just go fucking annoy people.
The amount of videos I've seen where like there'll be a lobby just filled with everyone who's got their avatar as Ugandan Knuckles, and they're all walking around in a big group, and it's like, you're not funny. That's someone else's joke. And that's the thing as well. I don't like it where, like, the reason I hate listening to the radio is because even if one of the songs are genuinely good, which pop songs are never good, but if there is a good one, like that, do you remember that Gautier one? that was alright to listen to. Right,
yeah.
But because it was on the radio, it was played 10 times a fucking day,
Yeah.
maybe more, and it just, they butchered the shit out of it, and that's what memes are: is butchering the shit out of a funny, like gag. And that's I'm not massively into them. Every now and then I'll find a fresh one, and I'm like, wow, that's hilarious, and I'll see it a few more times, and I'll be like, huh. But eventually that ha goes to like a, yep,
yeah,
and then eventually it's just a.
So last time we talked about this, I had an example of a meme that I really enjoy, and it's been around for a while now, but I still enjoy it. And that was somebody touch my spaghetti. Yeah. And I find that funny, but as it is, like, that clip on its own is funny to me, but even funnier is like the 5 minutes of surrounding cartoon. Like, just that whole thing is funny to me. It doesn't need editing. It doesn't need somebody to boost the audio of spaghetti and throw galaxies around and shit. It's like,
and make the eyes glow.
Yeah, it's not. But I recently thought of another meme which is always funny to me, and I often reference it, which is "Omae wa mo shinderu."
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'll reference a meme a few times, but it never stays in my repertoire.
Yeah,
it's always original videos and shit like that that stick with me.
Yeah,
like I mentioned on the last podcast that we lost, one of my all-time favorite videos ever that always gets a laugh out of me is when that little black kid is like, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. Nothing is impossible as long as you got the willpower and shit like that. And then he ends it with like, I will now attempt to go Super Saiyan. And for like 5 minutes, he's just going, ah! And then he just stops and he looks up at the camera slowly and is all like, I am blah, 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 I'm Super Saiyan or something like that. Fucking, I love that, mate. Every time it just gets me. But yeah, that's the sort of stuff I prefer. Like, did you ever see that video where... Thank you.
Sorry, I wasn't...
Did you ever see the video where someone's like trying to film a deer in the back garden and the husband sneezes, just like, oh, for fuck's sake, and he's like, I'm not allowed to sneeze now? Just shit like that cracks me up. The one where that guy's... I think the whole family's gone on a holiday somewhere, right? And the daughter's boyfriend bends down to, kneels down to propose to her. And at that moment, her mother fucking eats shit, just absolutely face plants into the gravel. And her other daughter's like, Mum, stand up, look at your daughter. And then I think there's a guy in the background who's like, for fuck's sake. I just love original shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a comedy hipster.
I think the only time that memes like stay funny for me is when it becomes an inside joke with like me and you or me and my girlfriend. Like, somebody touched my spaghetti. It's weird as well because that meme came about as me and my girlfriend were already shouting spaghetti all the time, because there's this video of this guy trying to do a backflip in a classroom. And he smacks the back of his head on a table and falls on the floor. And the sound he makes, it sounds like he goes, spaghetti! So we were already saying that. And then this meme comes out where somebody's like, somebody touch my spaghetti. And that's... So that was really funny to us, so we keep referencing it. And omae wa mo shinderu nani is something me and you said for a while.
We do that a lot.
Yeah. So that's what keeps it funny, is the... Like, I don't know... I said this last time in the episode that we lost, but a meme is kind of an inside joke that you have with people you don't know, which is enough for some people, but for me, I prefer to have it be an inside joke with people I do know.
Plus, I think there's like levels of memes. There's some that are really amazing and intelligent.
Yeah.
And then there's others where it's all like that one where...
Just editing SpongeBob or something.
Yeah, or like... there was a Vine where some guy was scrolling through his Facebook and it was a meme like image of someone was like, does anyone else do this with the covers? And he just like flips it under his feet and the guy pans the camera and he's like, I do that. Remember?
Yeah.
You get those shit memes where it's just like, am I the only person that does this? And it's like, in a world of 7 billion fucking people, you are not the only person that does anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just some like Facebook level memes and there's like higher level memes that you know.
There's a meme for that actually, the one with the like brain, and then it's like
I see that a lot.
Yeah,
I see it on.
Not funny.
When I first saw it, it was funny. I can't remember what it was about though. I think I saw it on the Fitboard on 4chan.
Right.
It was just funny because you expect the further you go down and the more like enlightened you are, the better the fucking, the thing that made you enlightened. But it was just all like lifting weights with no protein shakes and stuff like that. And I was like, funny shit. But then that's the only time I laughed about it. Every time since then, it's just been like, cool.
Yeah, it's been like it's kind of like a stolen joke, isn't it?
They use it a lot in Overwatch memes.
All right.
Like ulting to save your life over a teammates, and it's like the highest alignment level and shit like that.
I see.
As Zenyatta.
I used to get bombarded with Overwatch memes because I followed every Overwatch group I could find on Facebook when I was actually into the game. But I've never left a group faster than...
Such a mistake.
Yeah, no. So, moving away from memes now, is another thing that I want to talk about from the episode that we lost.
Okay.
Which is Google, I don't know what to call it, like AdSense. Well, that's the thing that you use. But when you targeted advertising,
yeah,
that's what I was trying to think of. Anyway, so me and my friend Josef from work decided to test targeted advertising. So I said this with the utmost confidence as well, as though I knew it was going to work, but I was just as interested as Josef was as to whether it would work. But I was like giving him instructions, like, "No, man, I'll show you how it works." So I said, "Just go on Nike and put some trainers in your basket, and then immediately delete them and close the tab." So he did all that, and I was like, "Right, now go on Facebook." And scroll down, and I didn't expect this at all, but he went on Facebook and scrolled down, like there was a post from one of his friends and then a targeted ad from Nike with the trainers that he removed from his basket, and I was like, "See, I told you." Meanwhile inside I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time. It's even worse when like you're bored and you're just browsing the internet, you're looking for like maybe something to buy off Amazon, and you end up in the shady parts of Amazon. And you end up just like thinking...
What is the shady part of Amazon? Buying kidneys and shit.
No, like BDSM toys and other shit like that. You can just straight up buy dildos off Amazon.
Yeah, I've seen.
And so you just see something like...
purchased.
You just see something like, what the fuck is that? You click it just so you can get a better look of it and read what it is, and you're like, nah, that's not for me. Close down all that, and then you just go on your Facebook and you scroll down, and it's like, there it is.
Yeah.
Like... fucking, and it's like, oh, it's 20% off and all that shit. He's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, that actually legitimately happened to me once. I was sat with my girlfriend, and fuck no, like it just happens on it. But somehow I ended up like, I found a gay sex toy on there, and I was like, look at this. And then we just kept going from like one suggested item to the next, just like looking at them all, like getting more and more horrified by like the weird shit that you could buy. And then for like a month after that, I kept getting adverts from Wish, which is like
Wish is so cancerous.
It's like eBay, but everything is cheap and from China.
Yeah.
I kept getting adverts from Wish for like, I don't even know what any of it's called, like jock straps and stuff like that, like a leather harness,
fishnet underpants.
Yeah,
and stuff.
exactly. Yeah.
Such a. Like, someone obviously did not understand the concept of underwear when they made that.
Yeah. So, I have another example of targeted advertising, which was more, like, it was different in a way. So, basically, we were playing Monster Hunter, and I wanted to find out when the Aloy event started.
Yeah.
For Monster Hunter, which started a few days ago, and we will soon have finished that. But yeah, I googled it, found out, closed the tab, and then we were waiting for something to load, or I was waiting for you to watch a cutscene so I could help you with a quest or something. So I was on Facebook, and right at the top, the very first thing on Facebook was a post by PlayStation UK, which had been served to me of that exact thing. Like, not the same article I looked at, because it was from like Game Ranks or something, I don't fucking know, but like
Gosu Noob,
something like that. But it was a PlayStation UK article about it, and it was like immediately served to me just based on that Google search. Absolutely mental.
Yeah, it doesn't really happen to me much anymore because I've got like extensions coming out of the wazoo that disable script extensions and all sorts of other cool shit. So no one tracks my fucking browser stuff, and because I just got sick of it, mate. Like sick of Google just storing everything that I fucking search for. I'm like, I don't want anyone knowing what I'm fucking searching for. Thank you.
I talk about this a lot at work because obviously I work in marketing, and me and Joseph are really interested in like how this is happening, how they're getting people's data and stuff. Pardon me. So speaking of Facebook, I want to come back to that, but I just have a story to tell. So the other day, I was scrolling down Facebook and I saw the most disgusting thing, mate. It was a fucking full-on live birth on video. Like somebody had just shared that. Like a gaping vagina with a baby's head coming out of it, covered in fuck knows what, mate.
Well, I've seen gaping vaginas with other things in it. Worse things. At least that one's giving life.
But yeah, it was disgusting. I didn't want to see it. So I went to hide the video, and it was like, it gave me like a million options. Like, do you want to block the person who shared it? Do you want to block this page? And I was like, no, I just don't want this again on my page, thank you. And now Facebook thinks I am a massive vagina. Even the tiniest bit of violence, like honestly, yesterday there was a video of sorry, it was quite funny actually. There was 3 guys sat behind 3 girls.
Okay.
And each of the guys turned around and one by one pulled the girls' ponytails, but the last guy pulled a black girl's ponytail and it turned out to be a weave. And she stood up and went, "What the fuck?" and then slapped him so hard it knocked him out. It was hilarious. But because it was violent,
it was like
I had to uncover the video to watch it.
Wow.
Which is a bit ridiculous.
It does that to me sometimes, even though I've never told it I don't want to see shit like that. And like, I'll press it to uncover it, and it's like the tamest fucking violence in the world. I'm like, are you a pussy? Facebook
things like, there's been twice that I've had to uncover a video, and I'm like, what? Why was it covered? Like, nobody even swore.
I don't know. Everyone's really soft these days.
Yeah, definitely.
I've seen some right shit, and anything you put on Facebook, I can guarantee I've seen it before, or it's just not as bad as people think it is.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's like, oh, look at this poor dog trapped in a car in like 60-degree weather. And I'm like, I've seen worse. I've seen Shovel Dog.
Oh my god. I used to go on 4chan like every day. Like, I was always on 4chan. And then the Shovel Dog epidemic happened, and you couldn't watch a GIF without it being interrupted with Shovel Dog.
They're so clever. The first frame of the GIF will be like a picture of a really slamming hot babe just pulling her boobs out, and then you're like, oh, I'll definitely see in that. And then you just hover over and it's like, Shovel Dog.
Yeah. So that's when I stopped going on 4chan. And it's only recently that I've got the Chan browser app that we've got that I just think use.
I don't go on B much anymore. There's
I've never actually. I don't think I've been on B since Shovel Dog happened, because after Shovel Dog it was all about traps. That's all people wanted to talk about. So I was like, okay, I've lost interest in B. I go on WorkSafe GIF because that is some very wholesome humour.
I don't know. I go on a few boards. Like every now and then I'll check out. I'm always on the Video Game Generals board.
Oh, I don't go on there. It's a bit cancer.
It is, but like sometimes they share some really useful stuff. Like for like Persona, they shared a fucking a Persona calculator, so you know what personas you need to fuse to create this other persona and stuff like that.
All right, that's cool.
Which is pretty useful. Also, if it's a moddable game, they'll just share every mod resource there is and stuff like that. It's a cool thing. It's good to learn more information and get cool resources. But then I also go on like the artwork board, just any creative boards. I also go on the anime board every now and then just to catch up with what's new in the anime world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't really hang out on B-board anymore because it's just everyone just sucks Trump's dick on it.
Yeah.
And the politics board, never went on there before, but I'd always heard about it. But
right,
they just invade me every now and then with their fucking politics shit, and they're always just the most racist and like close-minded assholes you'll ever have the privilege of talking to.
I went on Well, because I'd seen everything that was coming up on WorkSafe GIF, and like I didn't want to go on any other boards because there's so much cancer unfortunately nowadays. Like it's so which one's that?
Hentai alternative. Where all the sick hentai stuff gets posted.
Nice. So yeah, I went on Reddit, and like my first 2 hours of Reddit was like, oh my god. Everybody here is just a nice person. They're all just being nice to each other. And like, even people that come up and like try and instigate an argument, like someone will go, "Oh no, you dickhead, you're wrong, and this is why."
Yeah,
and they'll reply and go, "All right, you're right. Okay, I'm sorry." And it's like, what?
Oh yeah, or someone will
stand your ground.
Someone will jump to the defense, like, "Whoa, chill out, man. He's just trying to do his thing. Yeah. Everyone's on this planet doing they're at the best. Just leave him alone." And the guy's like, "Fair shout." Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, this is a nice place. So I've been going on there like daily now. I've followed some cool subreddits and stuff. But one of the ones I've followed is R Gaming.
Right. I used to go on there a lot.
Is
it bad?
It's alright. Like, there's some people on there that post some interesting content.
Yeah.
But the comments on that content is just all like Witcher 3. Oh, it's a good game, but Witcher 3.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like,
I remember that.
Oh my god.
I got so pissed off, mate.
And it's just so hard not to reply to them and say, Jesus, fucking broaden your scope. Witcher 3, it's a good game. Fair enough. Like, I think the developers for Witcher 3 are fucking geniuses. And the fact that they brought out DLC, which was just a fucking whole game, that's brilliant. But it's not that good. It's easy to get bored playing Witcher 3.
Witcher 3 is a cool game and that, but for some reason, the walk cycle's like fully animated. And it can feel a bit slidey and, you know, crap. Like, it's not simulated or anything like that.
Is that your biggest problem with Witcher 3?
Well, I've only played it for about 20 minutes, and that was one of the biggest issues. It just didn't feel like you were walking, like he was actually walking around. It was a bit, I don't know, slidey and old. Like, very old feeling. I was like, this is... And it just obviously contrasted with how beautiful it fucking looked.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not...
I played about 50 hours on it on PC.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, I decided I'm not going to use my PC for...
Like, I'm not saying it's a
anymore.
bad game based on the walk cycle. I just haven't played it long enough to say it's a good game, and that's one of the things that like was immediately obvious that I didn't like.
Yeah. Well, I got it for PlayStation 4 because I did enjoy it on PC and I wanted to keep playing it.
Yeah, you don't want to use your PC for gaming.
Yeah, exactly. But if it was that good of a game and it was genuinely the best game that ever came out, I wouldn't be bothered about playing that 50 hours again.
Yeah.
But just the thought of playing that 50 hours again is the whole reason why, even though I've paid for the game for PS4, I haven't touched it.
It is an excellent game, but like everything on this planet, people have opinions. It's subjective.
Yeah.
For one person, it might be the pinnacle of gaming. It might have been a game that they felt like was designed entirely for them. But then the next person might be like, this is the worst game I've ever played in my life. You know? Yeah. Last time I was on our gaming, by the way, was before Breath of the Wild came out. But I think a trailer or some new information had been released and everyone were talking about that.
Yeah.
And I shit you not, every thread that was started about Breath of the Wild, there was one arsehole in there who said, it looks really cool and everything, but it'll never ever live up to Witcher 3. And it's like, it's not fucking trying to. Arsehole, shut up about Witcher 3.
So there are two things that I have saved from our gaming,
right? That
I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
For this podcast, I've saved them for the podcast. So, earlier in the week, you were mentioning Metal Gear Survive to me, and I said, whatever you do, don't look at any information about Metal Gear Survive. I have the biggest fucking gold mine of a thing to tell you about.
It's better live up to the hype.
And I'm going to tell you after this thing.
Okay.
So this first image is a review from Steam for DayZ.
Okay.
And you remember DayZ?
Yeah, I do.
And it's a not recommended review.
All right.
And I love this, and I need to read it to you.
Okay.
So, this game has been in alpha for 4 years.
Yep.
Let me tell you what I did in 4 years. I found a girlfriend and fell in love. We argued and broke up. I graduated high school. I went to college. I graduated college. I joined the army. I got medically discharged a month in from asthma. I worked as a pizza driver, a cook, and a security officer for 3 different companies. I got a new car. I lost my virginity. I went back to college to get a higher degree. I found another girl. 2 of my grandparents died, and I got hired as a dispatcher. All this in this game I did and removed Christmas trees for the holidays. Really puts it into perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah. I just don't think they've got the skills to get it out of Alpha, mate. Do you remember when we were playing it?
Yeah.
I bought you your copy as well, didn't I? I bought the game twice.
For that.
Every time they updated it, they made it worse.
Yeah. Do you remember that period where it was just like they changed the run cycle to like an ape?
Yeah.
And all the zombies just bolted for you, and it was just completely unplayable because they could run through walls and shit.
Yeah, it was just it was so bad. I remember we had a really awful time that week. Amazingly though, my character was still surviving. That Chinese girl that I had.
Yeah.
Which was completely random at first. I didn't care about making my own characters every time I respawn. It's the same, look.
Mm-hmm.
But we all played together, and it randomly gave me a Chinese girl, which was hilarious at first because obviously I was playing a girl.
Yeah,
and everyone was like, "Oh, you look like an idiot." But then, how many times did you lot die? And I was the last survivor, 5 times.
Yeah.
And so when she finally died, I went to the settings and I made sure that she was my character every time.
Yeah.
But that week were awful, mate. We died so many times just because we'd go into a police station or any building, we'd hear us screaming, we're like, right, fucking, I'm about to die, guys. I'll meet up with you again in a few minutes. Because a zombie had just come running through the fucking wall or just rise up from the ground.
Just come out of the floor.
And just fuck you up.
No, there was a time as well when the zombies were invisible.
Yeah.
You'd hear growling and you'd be like, right, fuck it, run.
Yeah.
And then you'd just drop dead from being hit. It was ridiculous.
There was a time as well where they'd be 50 feet away from you, but they swung their arm and you'd get hit and you're like, what?
Yeah.
It was an unplayable game for so long. Broke it every time they updated it. So
now is the moment you've been waiting for,
all right,
my friend. So
let's do it.
This discovery means a lot to me. If anybody listening to this podcast has heard our Karoshi episode, which I think is episode 7 something. I don't know.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But basically, I talked about Karoshi, which is a very bad thing in Japan.
Yeah, death by overworking.
Yep.
Go listen to that episode.
Listen to it. So in the second half of that episode, we talk about Konami.
Yes.
And what Konami did
to based Kojima.
To Kojima.
Daddy Kojima.
So they kicked him from the company.
Yeah.
But I thought he took his development team with him. His development team still work for Konami and are the development team that have made Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah.
And this image I have is a screenshot from the game of a checklist. And the checklist has various people on it. Combat unit, aid team, security team, etc. And they've all got names such as Vengeful Mosquito, Iron Marlin, Dire Gibbon, Hungry Komodo Dragon.
Yeah.
So, from the 4th one down, all the first letter of the last names of all the teams or people, units, spells out KJP, Kojima Productions.
Yeah.
Forever. And the last 2 names on the list, which aren't part of this hidden message, are Bastard Yota and Cunning Yuji. Next to this image is a screenshot from Wikipedia. The designers on Metal Gear Survive are called Yota Tsutsumizaki, Bastard Yota, and Yuji Kurikado, who's the producer, Cunning Yuji.
Right.
So this is I'll show you the image now since you've heard the tale.
No way.
Such a big fuck you to Konami, and I love it. I love everything about this image.
so awful for him to to have worked under Kojima for so long and respect him as a boss and just a person in general, and then have him fired, and you have to stay behind and work on Metal Gear Survive, which is like an insult to the Metal Gear series. Fucking Konami, mate. Fuck them. Yeah, they started out so strong in the gaming industry, and they're just...
I know that. Where did it go wrong?
Who's in charge, man?
Bastard
out
Yoda.
Of fucking focusing on pachinko games and shit, and it's like,
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Why?
That's where the money is. It's easy money with low cost in it,
right?
So.
But they have some amazing licenses. They've got fucking Silent Hill, which everyone loves, and Metal Gear Solid, which is like one of everyone's favorite game ever.
Well, they fucked that up, didn't they? £10 for a save.
Yeah, they're all like, pachinko machines are where it's at. Everyone loves a pachinko machine. I didn't even know what a fucking pachinko machine was until I fucking had to Google it.
Oh, did you not?
No.
Oh. So before we move on, I have one last image from Reddit, which is unrelated to our gaming. I just thought it was fucking cool.
Okay.
So do you know what a tardigrade is?
Yes.
You do?
I do.
How much do you know about tardigrades?
Quite a bit. I know that they're very minuscule. They live on trees and like moss and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They can survive in a vacuum and...
Okay, you pretty much know everything I was going to tell you, but we'll talk about it anyway because it's pretty cool. So a tardigrade, also known as a water bear.
Yeah.
You may have seen microscopic images of this tiny, tiny creature. And in all those images, it just looked really low poly.
Yeah.
It's like hard to believe it's a real thing.
They're extremophiles. They can live in extreme heat and extreme cold without oxygen.
Well, I have a list of all the things tardigrades can survive being. Frozen and defrosted.
Yep.
Roasted and boiled.
Yep.
Zapped with gamma radiation.
Yep.
Blasted with solar wind.
Yep.
Placed in a vacuum.
Yep.
Exposed to 6 times the pressure of the deepest ocean trenches.
Yeah.
And starved of food and water for over 10 days.
Yes. I knew all this. I think they took some up into the International Space Station and placed them in a petri dish on the outside of the space station.
And they were fine. They are fucking incredible. So they can mimic death. They can enter a kind of hibernation known as cryptobiosis.
Yeah.
They are able to survive in this suspended animation for a number of years.
Right.
When reintroduced to a more temperate environment, they recover in a matter of hours.
Are they, do you know if they're autotrophs or not? Can they make their own food, or are they like every other animal and they're heterotrophic?
I don't know, but it may be on this list, so I'll keep going. They can change form to survive without water.
Yeah.
Tardigrades can dehydrate almost completely during cryptobiosis. When this happens, they can replace water with a sugar called trehalose. As a result, they become impervious to environmental hazards. They can hide from predators. The tardigrade is one of nature's smallest creatures. The largest adults only reach a body length of 1.5 millimeters, which I feel like I would still be able to see something which is 1.5 millimeters without a microscope.
Right.
But I always assumed that they were never seen outside of microscope.
No, are you sure that mm is for millimeters and not like micrometers or something stupid?
Maybe, but I feel like if you were going to do that, you would have to specify that it's not millimeters.
Yeah, maybe.
Tardigrades can hide unnoticed by potential predators in sea sediment. Their mouths contain sharp daggers. Though they are minuscule, tardigrades are fierce and even predatory. Their mouth contain dagger-like teeth used to spear algae and small animals.
So they are heterotrophic. They have to forage for their own food and that.
Yeah.
Cool.
These teeth aren't actually teeth at all. They're called placoids?
Right.
I don't know how it's pronounced. They've been to space and back, which you've already said.
Basically, they are the Superman of the minuscule world.
Yeah, they're absolutely ridiculous. 17.5% of a tardigrade's DNA comes from other species. This is due to lateral gene transfer of DNA from plants, fungi, bacteria, and viruses. Most organisms have less than 1% foreign DNA.
I think it's a bit scary, though, that we're the ones that have evolved to this point, and tardigrades are just so much more better than we are.
They're so
immortal. And they're not even evolved past the little tiny minuscule bacteria phase thing.
Yeah, I know. Imagine if just like, there's a good plot for a film there. Like, if tardigrades evolve into, like, full size...
what is a good plot for a film that I was thinking about this morning when I was talking to my dad?
Go for it.
Did you ever see that concept from an architectural company where they want to capture a meteor, an asteroid or, like, whatever, big chunk of rock, basically, beg my pardon, and they want to put it in, like, the orbit of Saturn, and then they want to get big, thick cables and stuff like that and suspend a tower from it, a building.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Now, imagine a really cool sci-fi horror movie. Kind of like Alien.
Like a space-based skyscraper.
Yeah, right? There'd be some really beautiful...
You wouldn't be able to escape at all.
There'd be some really beautiful visuals of, like, big, red, thick clouds.
Yeah.
And then, like, off in the distance, there's a few fucking buildings and that. And then the one in the furthest, in the background just drops straight into Saturn's fucking...
That would be so cool.
And then the whole movie is, like... It's basically like an Alien movie, but for the new generation. Our Ripley characters have got to fucking try and get off and get into the last, shuttle.
Yeah.
Whilst this, like, epic creature's stalking them or not. It'd be fucking a brilliant movie.
It would be so good. Speaking of concepts for skyscrapers, there's a concept for a skyscraper in Dubai, which is
obviously
being built, I think.
Right.
Which is rotating.
Yeah.
I saw some animated video of the concepts, but obviously I can't show them on a podcast, so just Google Dubai rotating skyscraper. Basically, you wouldn't have a room in this skyscraper. You'd have a whole floor.
Yeah.
And if you didn't like your current view, you would go up to the thermostat on the wall.
And you'd fucking rotate
your floor.
Jesus.
And so they had these like mock-ups of how this would look from the outside, with just the building, like every floor separately rotating to where it wanted to be, and it was just really cool.
Speaking of mock-ups, did you ever see that little video of what it'd look like if there was a gigantic mirror in orbit?
Yeah. I keep coming across that on Reddit.
Beautiful. This rotating tower reminds me of an old architectural concept that I came across in my teenage years, where someone had come up with a concept of an entire city built on these discs that rotate. The whole city rotates.
All right.
So if you live on the outer disc and you've got to get to work in the morning at like 9 a.m, you get up, you brush your teeth and all that, check your watch, and then you realise that your office will be rotating around in 5 minutes. So you just walk out. It rotates really slowly, so it's not like you're going to get whiplash. And you just walk across the bridge onto the inner disc, and then you go to your office, work 8 hours, and by the time you've finished, your building's rotating it back around, so you just walk across the bridge again.
That's great.
Like a really cool little city.
Oh, but can you imagine like getting a job interview? And they'd be like, and what time of day are you in proximity of the office? Like not asking, would you be willing to relocate, or do you drive or anything? Yeah. Just be like, what time of day are you going to be nearby?
Which ring you on? Oh, I'm on the fifth ring, the outermost ring. And like, all right, so our office is on the second ring. By 10:30, you should be within walking distance.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
That would be so cool.
I love shit like that.
Yeah. So I'm not sure where I wanted to go next.
I can tell you something amazing.
All right, okay.
That your sister has told me. So,
all right,
props to your sister.
I'm listening.
We well, not recently. It was quite a while now. When we finished My Immortal.
Oh yeah, we did.
Which is a terrible fanfic.
Terrible.
We had fun with it.
Oh, by the way, sorry to interrupt, but I am wanting to, since I've got the week off, put together a compilation of our entire reading of My Immortal, which will go up on YouTube, probably not Podbean. But yeah,
check it
just
out.
Look out for that, because it might already be up. I don't know how this is going to go.
So there is a fan fiction that is the longest fan fiction ever written.
We are not going to read it.
No,
surely
we're not going to read it. Apparently it took the guy 7 years to write.
What, like writing every day, or?
I don't think he wrote every day, but 7 years to write and finish it.
Is it bad that I was surprised that you said the guy?
The guy.
And not the girl?
I don't know. There's over 4 million words in it. 220 chapters long.
What? 4 million words.
Would you like to know the best bit?
How long does it take to read?
Fuck knows, mate. I'm sure we can figure that out with a quick Google search. The average, how many words per minute the average person reads, and then just use the calculator. Would you like to know the best bit?
Go on.
The fan fiction is about Super Smash Bros.
I know about this. It's smut. It's smut, isn't it? And like
smut?
each chapter is like Sonic and Samus, and then it's like a story of them fucking each other. And then
I don't know. Obviously, I've not read it. But apparently, it features a relationship between the OC and Lucario. Is it Lucario? Lucario.
Yeah. You confused me, and I was like, "Is it?"
It's called the Subspace Emissaries World's Conquest.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. That is. I think that's pretty.
Apparently, there's also a prequel that he wrote, which is 15 chapters and almost 100,000 words.
Jesus Christ. So what was it? 4 million words.
4 million words. Yes.
So 4, comma divided by 200. It will take 20,000 minutes times 60.
Divided by 60.
Divided by 60, 333 hours.
Wow. Wow.
Divided by 24 is 13 days. Like non-stop, not sleeping in between. Divided by 7 is 2 weeks.
Wow.
With non-stop reading.
Right, we're definitely not going to. There'd be like 300 odd episodes if the whole podcast episode was dedicated to reading the things. Anyway, apparently the last chapter features a suicide attempt, but Lucario stops the OC from doing it.
Right.
Apparently, he's called Chris. I hope to God it's Chris Chan.
It's not Chris Chan. Chris Chan doesn't have the time for that.
Chris
Chan's busy.
He's all into Sonic though, isn't he?
He is into Sonic.
Apparently there's a summary written of every chapter.
Oof.
I had a look and it's so dry and boring. I can read you a little bit just so you know what sort of pain I had.
Yeah, go for it. Go. I'm pretty the reason I know about this is because I'm pretty sure that on an episode of Game Grumps, Danny was reading a chapter where Sonic was like fucking some girl, and then on a different episode they read a different.
I don't know if it's smart or not. I'm not gonna read it. So his fucking like summary of each chapter is like really long. So.
Wait, if he worked on it for 7 years
and then wrote a summary,
when did he stop?
I don't know. But this is a summary of chapter 1. Random floating stadium appears above deserted wasteland with people cheering wildly. Peach and Zelda have nothing to do, so they appear. Mario and Kirby are thrown by something from below the platform and turned back to normal magically by the magic of Disney. Mario and Kirby fight for no reason, most likely for food, so plot hole. Creepy Sanctum shows Pit, who had an extreme plastic surgery for 20 or so years. Pit acts like an immature child and cheers on Mario. Kirby wins, Mario shakes hand, and public gets fairly overexcited by such simple action. Mario gets badass for 1 second after spotting clouds appearing in the sky. It's so dry, I can't even continue with this.
Yeah. So, speaking of smut.
Yes.
If you're ready to move on from your little fanfic.
Yeah.
Sex doll rental. How much would you like to rent a sex doll?
A sex doll rental?
A sex doll rental.
No!
So, I've just got a link here, which isn't working as a link, so I'll have to copy and paste it into Google. Give me a second. Pasting. Here we go. OnlineSexDolls.com/collection/rentals. We are the world's first real sex doll rental service. We deliver our sexy dolls directly to you, or you can pick them up from us, however you prefer. Enjoy the latest, most lifelike TPE dolls from the comfort of your own home and in complete privacy.
How awkward.
Who cleans these?
Oh man, don't even start.
Do you,
How awkward.
do you have to clean it before you bring it back? Like if you bring it back just oozing, do they tell you? Do they like have a back room? They're like, just go back there and clean it.
I once saw a documentary about love dolls when I was a teenager.
Yep.
And some guy showed the process of cleaning it out on a doll that is not cleaned for a while. He gets this bristly brush thing, right?
Like a toilet brush.
Like a toilet brush, but thinner, right? Just rams it up in this doll snatch, mate. And when he pulls it out, it's fucking yellow.
Oh, man.
So...
I think you told this before when we were talking about sex dolls.
Right. Why would you rent a sex doll when you can get a new phone, probably find a website or whatever, right? There'll be some website out there or someone you could contact and have a real woman show up at your door for sex. A real
probably
woman.
Cheaper as well. The prices seem to have been changed since I looked at it last because there were more specific prices before and some of them were different. But now that I'm looking at it, all of them cost $99 plus.
Right.
Whatever that means. Shall we start an ordering process? Let's order Renee. $99. There's some photos of Renee.
Yeah. They
do not look real at all. They do not. They don't.
The face ain't bad.
The face is, fair enough. It looks like it's straight from fucking Madame Tussauds, but the fucking...
No. Why would you...
Why have they always got like a really weird form? Like the supermodel skinny, but they've got massive boobs.
I don't know. But why would you make a sex doll and give it big fake boobs? Like, wouldn't you want to make them look as realistic as possible and not like they've been stuffed with gel?
They've got stats.
Stats?
Renee is 5 foot nothing.
Right, yeah.
She weighs
really
55 pounds. Her bust is F cup.
Wow.
And her style is busty. And she's got a bio. Renee is a seductress with unbelievable breasts and an amazing round ass. She can come to you as blonde, brunette, or a redhead. She has the face of an angel. Renee will be delivered to your door and picked up when your time is finished. A $20 delivery deposit is required for all deliveries. Please add the delivery deposit to your cart prior to checking out. I was hoping they'd say something about cleaning it, but they don't.
How awkward must it be?
You can have it for 2 hours, 12 hours, or 24. 24 hours of unbridled, real doll love.
Your dick would be so raw afterwards. But like, how awkward must it be for the delivery driver just walking up to the door with a... I assume it's in a box or something like that. I don't know. Just walks to the door, is like, here you go. And then he gets in his car and he's got to come back 2 hours later to pick it up. How awkward would that be? It's
going to be same person as well.
Yeah, and he's all like, thanks.
Are you done with that?
You use our service again, I suppose.
It comes like half an hour early and he's like, are you going to finish that?
No, he's just in the car, he parks up somewhere, he's like, I'm going to use you before you get to the client.
So I'm on their lease agreement.
Okay.
They've got rental period, rent, security deposit, disclaimer of warranties, use, assumption of risk, and limitation of liability. Whoa, are they saying they refuse to pay if you break your dick off on one of them?
If you get AIDS from one.
Used item. Ugh. Cancellation fee. Oh, actually, I've decided I don't want to fuck a fake doll. Oh, well, you're going to have to pay to cancel, so you might as well just take it anyway.
Can you imagine how shitty you'd feel, like, you've had like 20 visits from one that you really like, and then you realise the money you've spent on those visits, you could have just saved up and bought one brand new for yourself.
Yeah.
Or just go out and get a fucking girlfriend.
No attempted repairs by you. You agree not to attempt to repair or materially alter any item under any circumstances, regardless of fault, and to notify us immediately of any damage.
Attempt to alter it, like some guy just slaps a big dildo on her. So I like him.
There's a section called surrender. Authorization to charge your credit card. Bankruptcy.
You'd fucking get bankrupt by just a visit. Then again, it's probably cheaper than keeping a girlfriend.
Probably, yes.
Just don't be a beta loser, man. Just go out and talk to a girl. They're not going to fucking buy, although, maybe that's what you want.
So, while we're on the theme of low-life gentlemen,
okay,
I've got an interesting story about a gentleman who refuses to shit. So, this man was pulled up by the police.
Is there a woman who refuses to shit and it comes out the other end?
No, she doesn't refuse to shit. She ate nothing but bread. She eats nothing but bread, and there's so much fibre in her system that her fucking innards have just glued shut. Oh, so God. Instead of having a shit, she will vomit out polished turds. But basically, this guy is driving down the road. The police are like, hey, that guy is doing something wrong. I don't fucking know what it was. They pull him over, and he was just fucking munching some shit down. And they went up to the window and said, did you just swallow drugs? And he said, nah, mate, it was chicken.
Okay.
So this guy is adamant that he didn't swallow drugs. He was just eating chicken. So the police said, no, that's fine. We'll put you into detainment. And we have a toilet there, which is specially made for inspecting people's shit as it passes through the U-bend. So this guy has been in detainment for 40 days and hasn't shit yet. Which is pretty suspicious, don't you think?
Yeah.
Turns out he's eating and he's drinking.
Yeah.
But he's not shitting, so I don't know how he's doing it. It's been 40 days. Can you imagine the pressure? I can't go 2 days without needing to shit, so...
How does this work?
Yeah, I don't know. He's like actually eating. He's refused laxatives, though. Like, that is some absolute willpower.
Just pour it in his food.
They can't do that.
Just let him go home.
They could be like, oh, sorry, we've run out of the usual food. We've got nothing but curry for the next 2 weeks.
You don't have to hide actual laxatives in his food. Just give him food that's, that are natural laxatives and shit.
Yeah.
And shit. Or just let him go home. He's clearly he's earned the right to not go to jail.
He actually beat a world record for holding your shit in without dying.
I really want to know what he scoffed down. It must be so bad. If it were just drugs, it'd be like, it's personal use, mate. And they'd be like, slap him on the wrist. He'll be home. What did he swallow?
It must have been like a full, like... What could it be that would be so important that you don't let them find it?
Shit, mate.
What if it's just like...
When you get constipated, it all like gets super compacted and turns like obsidian black. So I'd be like, I'd shit now and be like, listen, mate, good luck fucking excavating that out of there. I'm out. Moskies.
The only thing I could think of that it could be that is swallowable and is so bad you would never want anyone to find it is like an SD card with child porn on it or something.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
But then, at this point, it could probably shit it out by now and it wouldn't be readable.
Yeah. God, I don't fucking know, man.
It's crazy. So, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What is the fastest way to make you end a friendship? I'm asking for a friend.
Fastest way for me to end a friendship?
No, it sounded right when I phrased it, but the one thing that somebody could do that'd make you immediately just go, no, I'm not talking to this person ever again.
Oh God, I don't know. There's a lot of things.
What was the quickest? And I don't just mean like, oh, if he killed someone, or if he
like, I don't give a shit.
Like, if he like raped your friend or something, nothing like that. Nothing.
If after I've repeatedly told him for a while that I don't want to be touched, and yet they constantly want to hug me every time they see me, I'd be like, I'd just stop talking to them.
All right, fair. That doesn't sound like the fastest way. Like, that sounds like it would take a few months of hugging you.
I guess.
Like something I could do right now in this room and you would never talk to me again.
God, I don't know. I'm pretty lenient. Like,
yeah, no, that's what I thought. I know, I'll ask Ash this.
It'd have to be something that really, really fucking grinds my gears. If you immediately became the embodiment of Tumblr and you were talking about, you know, the pay gap, fucking all these genders and stuff like that, I'd just be like, Connor, it's been a long fucking run. I'm off. It's been great. It'd probably be something like that.
Okay, fair. I can agree with that. But if it just magically immediately happened to me and I wasn't like that before, right, fair enough, that's the quickest way for it to happen. But would you not stick around in the hopes that it was only temporary and I just ate some bad chicken or something?
No, I'd be like, give me a call if you sort your shit out, but I'm fucking Audi 5000.
Fair.
Speaking of which, you know why people say that?
No.
I read that it was something to do with a car called the Audi 5000, where the clutch was like right next to the acceleration or something, or the brake was so whenever you tried to clutch or brake or something like that, your car just lunged forward.
Well, I thought it was like it was a development from I'm outie.
I don't know.
And then
there's a car like Audi 5000.
Yeah.
I don't know. Take it with a pinch of salt. I just read it online. You know that half the shit online's fake.
Yep. So
what about you, man?
Right. Me? Fuck, I don't... Like, I'm very lenient as well, but not in a good way. I'll pull up with anyone's shit, to be fair.
But there's what would if I did something right now that wasn't...
It wouldn't have to be something you did now, because I would be like, all right, as long as it doesn't happen again. It would have to be something I found out about you. And it would have to be something to do with, like, honesty. I've got a big thing about people being liars. And, like...
Dude, I lie to you all the fucking time.
Well, fair. But it's not anything...
It'd have to be, like, a proper big lie.
Well, a prime example of that is... I used to watch Markiplier.
Right.
Videos all the time. I used to think, oh, he's a really cool guy and all this shit. And then that whole thing with Super Mega happened. So Super Mega used to work for him. They were editors and they used to be in his videos all the time and stuff. And the reason that they left that and went to edit for Game Grumps is because it turned out that Markiplier was treating him like shit. And it wasn't the first time I'd heard some like suspicious shit about Markiplier. And just the air of suspicion around it made me be like, oh, I don't know if I want to like associate with this guy anymore.
Right.
Like, well, not associate, obviously I don't know him personally, but I don't want to consume his content.
Yeah, you don't want to be involved in his fucking...
Yeah, exactly.
His ecosystem.
Exactly. And obviously there's the fact that he cries every time he reaches a milestone and what have you, and like at a certain point you start to be like...
Yeah, I've read some shit that is actually an absolute arsehole.
Yeah, it does seem like he's just a...
And he only does the stuff for charity to come across as a cool guy.
No, yeah, that's one thing that... this was the last straw. I was watching a Game Grumps charity live stream a couple of years ago, and Markiplier was on it. And it started off, he was like really nice, and he was really getting into it, and he was like, "Come on, guys, give as much money as you can and stuff." And then he said that he will match any donation. And Aaron was like, "Well, fuck it, all right. If you're going to do it, it's my live stream. I've got to match the donation as well." And then a really big donation came in. Oh, they reached a milestone, and they weren't expecting to reach that milestone. And he said, if we reach that milestone, I'll match it.
Yeah.
And they did reach that milestone. And he seemed really annoyed that they then had to match it. Like, Aaron was like, whoa, fuck it, I can't believe that happened, but fair enough, I'll do it. But Markiplier just went really quiet after that. And he also said if they reach a certain milestone, he'll open his Twitter DMs and let his fans message him.
Right.
And... it broke his iPhone. He couldn't get into his phone because his lock screen was just completely like battered with Twitter notifications. Which, to be fair, is a flaw in the Twitter app. That shouldn't be possible.
Or a flaw in the iPhone app.
So yeah, he got really pissed off about that as well, and he was really grumpy and like unpleasant on screen. And it's like, you're here for a charity live stream, put your phone down, sort it out later. Like, I don't know, if I find out that somebody's kind of ingenuine, it really puts me off them. Like,
I suppose that's the same for me though.
But yeah, if I was to find out that there was something that I thought was true about you for years, and then it turned out you were just like bullshitting me, then I would probably that would be enough. Like, just even if I wasn't sure, that would be enough for me to be like, I don't want to deal.
That
with
makes sense. I think if we're being realistic, for me, you'd have to. I've got a thing with your non-confrontation thing.
Yeah.
For me, it'd have to be something really massive that you just decided to ignore. And
Right.
That'd be like, I'm not the kind of asshole that just cuts off all contact over one thing. It's got to be like sustained.
Yeah.
If it's one thing, right, I'd talk about it with you. You know, we would try and fix it and whatnot. But if it continued for so long, I just got fed up and was like, there's no way I'm going to be this guy's friend for any longer. I'd just be like, right, that's it, mate. I'm not talking to you from this point onward. Goodbye.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be it. But, you know, I don't know. I'm pretty lenient. We've been friends for a long time and I don't see that happening ever. So
we've crossed the threshold, haven't we? There's like some research that if you're friends with somebody for 7 years or something, then they'll always be your friend, something like that. But I reckon it's still possible that some freak incident could occur and I'd never talk to you again. Like, I might have a stroke and just forget who you are.
I don't know. I feel like,
and then I'd be like, who's this dick?
we say all the time, like, if we met now, we probably wouldn't become friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it feels like we've crossed some sort of threshold where no matter what happens, there's no way we're not going to be friends in the next 50 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, even if I accidentally murdered your dad, you'd be all like, shit happens, brother. Just please don't do it again to any of them out of surviving family members.
So, we've actually reached the end of the episode, but I want to play a game.
Let's go for it.
So, let's extend this episode a bit. There's two options, and I was going to do... Like, I was just going to do one, but I'll give you the choice.
Okay.
So, whichever one we don't do this time...
We'll do the next time.
We'll do the next time. Yeah. So, option one, I've dubbed the movie translation game.
Okay.
In this game, I've taken some famous movies, put them into Google Translate into Chinese.
Okay. And then back to English.
And then back to English.
Okay.
To win... You have to get more than 4 out of 10. So 5 out of 10.
The movie synopsis or like a quote from the movie?
No, the title.
The title.
Yeah, the title.
Just the title. Okay.
Yeah. To win, 5 out of 10.
Okay.
The other one is also 10 options. This is the Google Versus game. So I've put an extension on my Google Chrome, which when I search a term on Google, underneath the URL bar, it'll tell me how many searches on average this term gets per month.
Right.
So I've taken two contrasting items and found out what their searches per month value is.
Right.
And you've got to guess which one wins in the Google off. So which one would you like to do first?
I want to do the translation one.
Yeah. I thought so.
All right.
Okay, so you have
what?
What? Go on. What were you
I was
going
to say cue the game music that we
cue,
haven't used in a long time.
Well, we did last time.
We did last time,
but we lost the footage. So, recorded. Anyway,
the game ended up being shit anyway.
It was a good job we lost that.
We didn't have time to prepare, so I just went on BuzzFeed and found a random quiz.
Do you know that might be a curse actually? Every time we've had a really shit episode, we've run out of stuff to talk about. We'll like use BuzzFeed or something, or do some quizzes online, and then the footage gets like corrupted.
Yeah, the audio.
BuzzFeed's fucking us up. They've got like really good anti-copyright.
There was one, the one where we lost like the last 30 minutes, which was the BuzzFeed shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of really cool copyright, did you know the PS3 has an audio signal that we can't hear? Like, I think it's on the Blu-ray disc or something like that. Could have been the PS3. Now I'm thinking about it. Could be something else.
Okay.
But basically, if it can't detect that audio wave, then it knows it's not a genuine disc.
Wow,
that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Anyway, let's get on with this game. Cue the audio and let's get on with it.
Okay, so the movie translation game, within which, as explained, I have translated movie titles into Chinese and then back into English. Get more than 4, so 5, right, and you win.
Okay.
So, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Silver Wing Killer.
Silver Wing Killer.
Uh-huh.
Silver Wing Killer?
Yep.
Is silver in the original title at any point?
No. None of these words are. This is probably the hardest one, so I'm a bit of a knob for putting it up front. But
Silver Wing Killer.
Yes.
Is the movie about a murderer?
I haven't seen it. It's even better. Okay, the first word of the actual title is a silver wing-shaped thing.
Okay.
What would that be?
A silver wing-shaped thing.
Not silver the material, it's just metal.
Metal.
Like chrome.
And it's wing-shaped.
It's wing-shaped. I'm trying to make it as close as possible to the original thing.
I thought a wing-shaped metal thing.
Yeah. You may find it in the kitchen.
A knife?
A knife. A different word for a knife, but you're on the right track.
A different word for a knife. Stabby McHandle thing.
That's it. That's the film. Well done.
Wait, is the movie is the name of a knife?
No. The first word of the movie is another word for knife.
Blade?
Yes.
All right. Is there a second part that I'm getting not?
There's another word. Oh, it's not blade. Oh, fucking hell, I didn't think of that. Yeah, there's 2 words.
All right. Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. My
Blade
God,
Runner.
I can't believe we got that. You got a hint, so I'd say you only get half a point for that.
Okay.
The next one, I fucking love this.
I was going like Blades of Glory. It'd be cool if you could tell me the genre of the movie or something like that.
All right, okay, fair.
Comedy or thriller or something.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So I fucking love what this has turned into.
Okay.
Thunder Wonderland.
Thunder Wonderland.
Yes.
Okay. What genre is it?
It's a funny movie.
Thunder Wonderland.
It's also an action film.
Is it like Tropic Thunder or something like that?
No. The first word of the title of this film and the word thunder are related somehow.
Okay. Is it like lightning or something like that?
Lightning is
like
also
Thor.
Related. Thor, there you go.
Thor?
Yeah.
Just Thor. Thor the Dark World.
No.
Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok is apparently Thunder Wonderland. Thunder Wonderland. Okay, the next one is Foreign Contract.
Foreign Contract. I'm assuming it's something about hitmen.
No.
You're like...
Oh, can I just say, because some people will probably like try and test to see if like I've accurately done this. Sometimes the translation isn't vague enough.
Right.
So I'll translate it into Chinese and then English and then Chinese and then English until it is vague enough.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Foreign Contract. I don't know. I'm thinking of like something with affairs in the name or something like that. It's supposed to be a popular movie, or like a really good one. Is it a foreign movie? Does it feature foreign people in it?
It does. Not as specific as that. My God. I shouldn't have made it so hard because I'm just having to give you hints. But, do you want to know what genre it is?
Yes.
Sci-fi horror?
Sci-fi horror?
Mm-hmm.
Foreign Contract.
What's another word for foreigner?
I don't know.
If you lived in America,
right,
and said foreigner was there illegally,
an immigrant.
No.
An alien.
An alien.
An alien.
An alien.
An alien. In the contract bit, what the fuck is that? Is it directed by Ridley Scott by any chance?
It is directed by Ridley Scott.
Is it one of the Alien movies?
It is.
Do I have to guess which one?
Yes, you do.
God, which ones did he direct?
Actually, did he direct this one?
Is it Alien Resurrection? He didn't.
It's not that one.
He didn't direct that one. I don't think. Is it? He directed Alien and then Aliens, right?
I think Aliens was James Cameron.
I thought he did the third one.
No, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter because it might not even be Ridley Scott. I might be wrong, but it is Alien something.
Okay, and it's not one of the original like trilogy.
It's not.
Is it the new one, the Prometheus, or just the Alien? I can't. What's it called?
Well, if you don't know what it's called, you might as well just give up. I'll give you half a point for getting this far.
I know. Well, no, I know the movie. It's the new one. Can I not get a point for that? It's the new Alien one that came out.
All right, yeah,
recently.
Fair, you get half a point.
I think he did direct it.
You get half a point. It was called Alien Covenant, so foreign contract is a bit ridiculous.
Right.
So far you have 1.5 points because you've had hints.
This is really hard.
Yes,
I should have picked the other one.
Galactic Guard.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, it is. A full point for you, my sir.
That one was easy.
2.5. This one's easy as well. In fact, the one after is really easy as well.
Okay.
Amazing Woman.
Is it fucking Wonder Woman?
It's Wonder Woman. So what are you on now? 3.5 points?
Yeah.
Number 6.
Okay.
Go Out.
Get Out.
Yeah. 4.5 points. Oh, you've already won. Get more than 4, that's what I said.
All right, we'll carry on.
Okay. Train Found.
Is it that Train Spotters?
It is. Bug Agent Team.
Bug Agent Team?
Yes. I did you a solid here as well because it translated to Bug Agent Team. And I did it one more and it translated to Wrong Agent Team. And I was like, no, that's too far.
Bug Agent Team?
Yes.
What genre is it? Is it a superhero movie?
No, it's a...
I was thinking like Ant-Man.
Children's film.
A Bug's Life?
Yes.
Bug Agent Team, where did that come from?
I don't have a clue, mate. I put it in and it came out with Bug Agent Team and I was like, okay, we'll use that.
Okay.
Next one. Work Hard and Hard.
Work Hard and Hard.
Mm-hmm.
What genre of movie is this?
Action movie?
Action movie.
From the...
Is it Die Hard?
Yes, it is.
Do I have to guess which movie?
No, it was I just put in Die Hard and it...
Oh, okay.
Work Hard and
like
Hard.
Die Hard 4.0.
Yeah, it started off as something hard, and then I put it through again, and it was hard, and then I put it through again, it was work hard and hard, and then I put it through again, it was just hard, and hard, and I was like, no, we'll go back. Last one.
Okay.
Island Imprisonment, which is more of a description of the film than the actual title, but...
Has it got Leonardo DiCaprio in it?
It has got Leonardo DiCaprio in it. Yes, it is.
How many did I get there?
Well, you got all of them right, but because you got hints,
right,
you got 9.5, 8.5.
Okay, I can live with that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good actually. I'm surprised. The reason I said get more than 4 is because Galactic Guard, Amazing Woman, Go Out, and Train Found were pretty easy ones. Yeah. So yeah.
Wow. I bet there's bootleg versions of it where some of them are actually named that.
Well, I didn't know whether to do it where I find out, because they do call their films ridiculous things. So either I find out what they've called the film and then we just do it that way, or I translate it myself back and forth, and that turned out better.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. China is known for like their big bootleg market.
Yeah. So next time we record a podcast, we'll do the other game. So thank you for listening. We really appreciate that. You can find us on Twitter at UT2Cast. You can find us on iTunes,
Possibly.
You can find us on YouTube. Just search Untitled-2 podcast. Or get us on Twitter. Get on our YouTube through Twitter. We have a website, ut2cast.podbean.com, and
we trust you're intelligent enough to find us wherever we are.
Yeah, basically, if you just go on Twitter, you can find everything. It's just the central hub of our ecosystem. So
yeah.
Bye.